Recording in progress.
Okay. So let's talk about what is interface. Okay. What is interface? Do you think we have interface for this room? What is the interface name? Door. Okay. Door is the interface. Do you think we need multiple interfaces for this door or for this room? Yeah, depends. Okay, depends. Why we need multiple? For the flexibility, right? Flexibility. But one is enough. Why one is enough? Just people wants to enter into the room. Okay, people wants to enter into the room. For people purpose, one is enough. So my requirement is only mosquitoes I want to allow into this room. Only mosquitoes I want to allow into this room. Do you think this interface is required? No. Not required, right? What interface required? Small interface. That means based on the object, we create the interface. I want to get one elephant into this room because he wants to attend something. We need interface accordingly, right? We have to cut off this section, then only the elephant can enter into that. That means based on the object, right? The same way, however, based on the object, in our Oracle applications, based on the variety of data, we have to maintain the interfaces. For human beings, one interface for the door. For mosquito, one interface. For elephant, different interface, right? Based on the size of the object. Here we don't see size. We see variety of data. Variety of the data. You take example, GL application. GL application, we know very well, we created journals, right? We created journals, we created daily rates. Of course, as a part of our classes, we created daily rates when we were in the payables for the first time, right? Yes. We created for the purpose of payables, but the daily rates and all belongs to GL application. The daily rates belongs to GL application. And also we created budgets, right? Budgets also we created. Yes, we have a provision. We have a provision to create all these within the GL, within the GL applications. Now you think to create all these, we have a provision, the relevant pages, functionalities they given inside of the GL. But the same data you can bring into GL from outside of the GL also. Now we discussed for those three objects based on the size, how many doors or interfaces required? 3 we discussed. Now, do you think this data is variety of data or similar data? Three varieties. 3 varieties. Now tell me how many interfaces we need in the GL to get this 3 variety of data into GL. 3 interfaces. Now think about why we cannot use one interface to allow these 3 sets of data into GL. Look at the each and every item what we mentioned. So when you create the journals, the data what we cook as a journal, that is journal specific information. When you create the budget data is totally different from journal data. When we are loading the daily rates, the data is totally different. For daily rates, you may need hardly 5 to 10 fields. Journal, it may be 100 fields. Budgets, maybe 200, right? So the size and format and based on the type, Oracle is providing the interfaces for each and every application. If door is not there, we cannot get something inside. In the same way, if interface is not available for any application, we cannot get any data into GL without entering. Entry, they are giving the pages. No, I'm not talking about entry. I'm not talking about entry. Getting something from outside to inside. To get something from outside to inside, we are using all this. Okay, we are using all this. Now, so when we talk about this interface, we have a variety of interfaces. Now, we have a door here. Okay, we have door. Do you think somebody will come and stand at the door and they'll take the permission and get inside? That makes more sense, right? That makes more sense. Of course, somebody can directly enter into door also. What should we call it? We'll talk about it later. Two approaches, right? Directly somebody can enter into the room, or someone can come to the door, they'll take the permission and they'll get inside. Now what happens when you talk about permission? Somebody will come to the door and they'll see what is happening. They'll check, hey, is it my batch or not? They'll see if their batch, they'll enter. If they are not belongs to this batch, they'll bounce back. Same happens in the interface concept also. Okay, same happens. Same happens. So in the interface, however, we have door here. Okay, within the door section, do you think somebody can stand without entering into the inside? Yes, there is space. There is some standing space. There is some standing space. That overall we are calling as a door. Within the door space, there is a allocated space to stand. What do you think? The person will stand there for 1 hour, 2 hours, 10 days? Temporarily, the person can stand. The person is not going to stand over there for temporary, permanently. The person will come and stand. If you allow, person will come inside. Otherwise, go back. Same happens in interface also. Here, we are talking about people. Here, however, person is coming, standing within the door to enter through door. And if you allow, the person will come inside. Otherwise, the person will go back. Same happens in our applications also. So interface is the door. Within the door, the space we have, right? The person will come and stand over there, or else the person will validate himself, right? Or else we validate. We'll check. Hey, you are belongs to which batch? 10th. This is not for 10th. We will reject. Otherwise, that person will think I am not belongs to this. We no need to validate. The person will identify I'm not belongs to this batch. See, two ways. Try to understand. The person can see us and the person can understand. Silently will go back. Okay. That means he is not going to stand in the door also to take our permission. Just the person will come very close to door. You will see like this. Go back. The person is coming and standing within the door and we have to validate, right? We have to say, may I come in? No. Don't come because it's not your batch. Or else, yeah, please come in, right? This is what reality happens. The same happens in the application. The same happens. How it happens, let's talk about it. So you have a GL application. Okay, you have a GL application. So within the GL application, we discussed, we have three interfaces, right? We have three interfaces. This I'm taking as GL application, right? Hope you are feeling the same. Yes. GL application. Yeah, fine. So within the GL application, we have three interfaces. I'll just put three interfaces. This is one interface. It allows the data. If you have some pipe symbol, we can put. Try to find out if any pipe is there. All are closed things. Where do you find? Uh, Fine, I'll take this one. It makes sense, right? Fine. It shows some action, right? So we can use this. Okay. So this is one interface, and you can take. So I'll take some other interface. This is another interface. So total 3 interfaces, right? So we have one more beautiful interface. That is this. 3 interfaces. Now, so this interface name I'm calling as, since it is on top, I'll give more importance. I call it journals interface. Journals interface. So here already we written daily rates. I'll go with the same. It is daily rates interface. Another interface is yes, budgets. So these are the 3 interfaces we have within the GL application. Now, take example of journal interface. Okay, you write here daily rates interface, budget interface. You add the term. Okay. Budgets interface. A budget interface. Now, so we want to get journals data into GL application. We can create journals directly, right? So the data will get stored in the GL. So when you create the data, any transaction, it could be set up, okay, or it could be transaction related data, where the data will get stored. So it will get stored in the database. In database, we'll have a variety of tables, or else let me take just very relevant instead of going for big story. We'll make it simple as we required. So within this, you'll have a tables. Within the database, you'll have a tables. Which tables we call, like you are creating journal, you are creating primary ledger, you are creating something else, that will go and sit in the table. So the table you can call as base table. Yep, that we call as base tables. Base table. You created journal within the GL, the data will go and sit in this journals base table. If you create anything else, that data also will go and sit in the base tables. The data what you are storing in the base tables, the data would be available in the base tables permanently. Just make a note. The base tables purpose is to store the data permanently. Okay, to store the data permanently. You'll have many base tables. When you create journal, there will be one base table. When you create, when you post the journal, the balances will get stored in the other base table. When you create the budget, for that you'll have a separate tables. When you maintain the daily rates in the system, you'll have a different tables. When you perform other setups, relevant tables data will go and sit. The data would be available permanently. That is the purpose we use the base tables. So when we are bringing the data from other applications, okay, when you are bringing the data from other applications, our target is getting the data into base tables. We'll have many base tables, many base tables. Our target is getting the data into base tables, means to store the data permanently. We want to store the data permanently within the GL application. Now, so we take a simple example. Now, first data should come to interface, right? So data should come to interface. Interface, we have a tables, right? Say this is the interface. Here we have a table. Could be one or multiple. For our discussion, we are just taking one example. Okay. Doesn't matter how many tables are those. So in this interface, we have a table. We discussed one point. The person will come to the door, and if the person identifies, he will stand to take the permission or think through. Otherwise, when the person is coming, if the person is not eligible person to come inside, even the person won't stand over there. They will identify who are those and what happening in this meeting. They'll go back. In the same way, data will do. When we are bringing the data from other applications to Oracle GL application, first data will try to come to this table. So what is this interface, right? Interface. Within the interface, whatever the tables we have, that we call as interface tables. Make a note. Interface tables. So within the interface, whatever the tables we have, those we call as interface tables. So within the interface, what are the tables we have, those we call as interface tables. Okay. Interface tables. Within the interface, the tables what we have we call as interface tables. Fine. Now, so what is the purpose of interface tables? To store the data temporary purpose. Make a note. To store the data temporary purpose. To store the data temporary purpose. Okay, data will come and sit in the interface table. Data will come and sit in the interface table for temporary purpose. Okay, just you want to travel from one city to another city. What is the vehicle you choose? Yes. You will be in the bus for a temporary purpose till you reach the destination. Do you get into any bus? If it is relevant, then only you get. If you have ticket, then only they will allow. So however, we are traveling in the bus, in the same way, data will travel in this vehicle. What is the vehicle name? Interface table. We have a route, right? You want to travel from Hyderabad to Bangalore. You have Hyderabad to Bangalore route. That route is nothing but interface. The vehicle is bus. Here, route is interface. The vehicle is interface table. Okay, we spend some limited time in the bus. We don't be there permanently, right? So data also, till it reaches its destination, it will be in the interface tables. Okay, the same we have to apply here. Now, so we say, for example, we have an application called as X. Okay, from X application, we are bringing the data into this interface. These interfaces are seeded, predefined. We call as, use the term, inbuilt. Okay, inbuilt interfaces. Technical consultants can build many things, but let's talk about this. These are inbuilt interfaces. These are inbuilt. These are inbuilt. Whatever we are discussing, these are inbuilt interfaces. Three we call as inbuilt. Now, if you want to get journals data into GL application, which interface we have to use? Journals interface. Okay, journals interface. What is the exact name also we'll discuss, but understand what name they are giving exactly. That's a very simple thing to understand. You have to understand what is the concept of this. So data will come from X applications to journals interface. From there, we'll move the data into base tables. Now, if you talk about Oracle payables and Oracle general ledger, do you think journal information is coming from payables to GL? Yes. We are creating the invoices, payments, and we are creating accounting entries with the help of the intermediate step. What is that? Interface step. No. Anyone? With intermediate step. We have AP, you have GL. There is a mediator between these two. Interface is there. Let it be. I'm not talking about interface. With the help, yes. With the help of SLA, right? So for every application, we have SLA engine. It will pull the data. It will just generate the accounting and it will turn into journal entries. And wherever you want to push, it will push. Ideally, we push into GL in the form of journals. So subledger application, and subledger application, subledger accounting, then it will come to GL application, right? Now, the payables you create invoices and do payments with the help of SLA, you will create accounting entries. The accounting entries will turn into journals. Through journals interface, the data will be imported into GL application. The data will, the journals information will be traveled through this interface. Ultimately, the destination is base tables. Base tables. That's how it comes. Okay. Now, I'm taking example of X application. It is not Oracle related application. It is not Oracle related application. Say it's a third party application. If it is Oracle related application, if there is any purpose of bringing the data from that applications to GL, already you have inbuilt integration for almost all the applications. From which applications, as per real business, which departments should have a communication, data related communication, which department should share the data across, Oracle already built integrations. Those all freely can interact with the data flow. Now, what are the applications creates accounting entries? Remember this part, it's very important. In which applications we create the accounting? Those all applications are integrated with the GL through journal interface. Those all applications are connected to GL interface. You take example of project costing application. In project costing, we create accounting entries. Project costing application is connected to journal interface. From there, journals will come. And in the payrolls, HCM, payroll application for salaries and all, we create the journals. That information we have to bring into GL. So payroll application is already connected with journals interface. Your project costing application is already integrated with the journal interface. Your payable application, or receivables application, or cash management, your fixed assets. Take any application where we create accounting entries, only those applications are connected with journal interface, with the GL. You may have few applications there, you may not perform any accounting related transactions. Those are not connected with journal interface. That means in which applications we perform the accounting, all the applications are already connected with your GL journal interface. Okay, already connected. That means we call as there is inbuilt integration between other Oracle applications to Oracle general ledger application. When you say other GL, other Oracle applications, those are nothing but which applications got capability of creating the journal entries or say accounting entries. Those applications only can push the data into GL. If you are doing some activity, but you are not doing any accounting, take example HR application, human resource. There you maintain the people. There won't be any accounting transaction, right? You'll maintain the people. By pushing the people's data into GL, what wonders you are going to do? Nothing. GL, we generate the reports. If you want to generate the reports, the amounts need to be maintained against the appropriate accounts. With the people, what you can do? Okay. With your talent management, what you do? Those just data. to maintain the data. There is no accounting you do. Only the applications which has a capability of creating accounting entries, those applications are integrated with GL applications. When you say GL applications to GL journal interface. Okay, GL journal interface. This we call as inbuilt integration. Now, if you talk about any third-party applications, Oracle cannot dream. Oracle cannot dream. This application, one of my client may use, right? They cannot dream for their clients. They cannot dream. That is the reason they are not offering any solution with third-party applications. So if your client is going to use any third-party application, what Oracle can do is they will tell you, don't worry, we have a journal interface. You connect that application to journal interface. The data can flow from your third-party application into GL application through journals interface. That's it. So that facility Oracle is offering. If you want to bring the data from any third-party application to GL, please use our powerful journal interface. That's what Oracle says. Yep, clear, right? Now, mostly when data is coming from our Oracle applications to GL application, there is no scope. Data will stuck in the journals interface. Reason, the journal interface is very simple and powerful. And the subledger accounting can purify the data. It will create accounting entries, it will validate, it will set ready, you are good to go, it will push. For that, our subledger applications data, there is no road blocker within the interface tables. Because that is our data, right? Our Oracle data. Again, our subledger accounting is taking care of that data. It's nurturing the data in the required format, right? So it's very, very purified, very, very validate data. So that means our payables data is not going to struck in our GL interface in the poor manner. Our receivables data is not going to struck in the GL interface. Our assets data is not going to struck. If our data is also strucking, what kind of interface we have, what kind of mechanism we have in our application. So poor solution, right? So that is the reason they made it as a powerful, hey, it is coming from our AP. We know about our AP. We know about our GL. We know about our GL interface. If we are failing, what makes sense? Right? That's how they build the solution. If you are getting the data from payables, receivables, and all, nothing will happen. Smooth. Lifetime pass they given. Okay. No entry check, no validation. Get ready as accounting entry with the help of subledger accounting, and you will be pushed directly into GL, but channel is interface only. Through interface table only it will enter. Okay, means it won't stand there. It will walk through table. Okay, that's how it works. Now, you are bringing the data from X application. X application is third-party application. X application is third-party application. When X application is third-party application, now technical people should build a connection between the X application and our GL interface. In this process, what happens is, from X application, if they are pushing the data, what our GL interface will do is, hey, whatever data is coming, the data points, the record what is coming from X application to GL interface. This is our interface. What it will do is it will validate. Is this data is as per our GL interface table format, and is it going to satisfy all the validation rules, right? Because it's unknown source first. It will validate. The moment from X application, if any data is trying to get into this interface table will validate. If the data is acceptable, say for example, as per GL journal interface table, 20 fields are mandatory. Take example, 20 fields are mandatory. Out of 20 fields, 5 fields allows only numbers. Take this example. Okay. Within the GL interface, how many fields we have? Just an example, not 20, many we have for our understanding. 20 fields we have. Out of 20, how many fields are allows numbers? 5. 5 it allows. Now, one record is coming from X application to our GL interface, and it is hitting interface table, our interface table. Immediately our interface table will wake up and see how this record is. If it identifies only 90 fields data is there, it will kick back and it will go and sit in the X application. Got it? That means it is not going to allow. It is not going to allow. Then, but our interface is identified. Hey, 20 fields are there. I think it is a very sweet record for me for today, right? It's a sweet record. Let me allow. It will allow. 20 fields. 20 fields data is required, and every field got its data type. 5 fields data type is number. Remaining, let it be. It could be date or alphanumeric or character, doesn't matter for us. So it is satisfying one level of validation. 20 fields data is required as per data type. Or else 20 fields data is coming. 5 fields we need data type as a number, but one field instead of number, they enter text. Again, it will bounce back. It will kick and it will go and sit in the, it will sit or it may fly somewhere else, in unknown place. Doesn't matter, but it won't allow. Now, the situation is 20 fields are available and 5 fields we have a validation as number, remaining say character. Yes, it is matching, data type is matching. Then what our interface table will do? Welcome, it says. Done. Now, within the 20 fields, okay, so we have account code combination also. Take example. We have account code combination. We have account code combination. We have. Now, once data is available in the interface table, if it is coming from third-party application, I'm not talking about payables, receivables, our applications. It is not coming from our application. Data is coming from some unknown source, XYZ source, right? It will come into interface. Our interface is trusting, okay, required fields data is available. It will allow the data will come and sit in the interface table and it will relax. Now we'll try to pull the data from interface tables to GL based tables. This we don't do for our subledger application, our subledger applications. Our subledger applications, we have direct pass. Try to understand. Direct pass. Here, no direct pass. Okay, it will come. Now from GL, we will run the journal import program. We'll run the journal import program and we'll tell to our GL interface, hey, in your stomach, in your belly, there is some data record related to XYZ application. Send that data only. That means in the parameters will give source as XYZ. That means you are telling to your interface, in your stomach, there is one record which is coming from XYZ only. I am not asking ABC. It should be very clear. We are telling, we are giving parameter means we are telling to interface, this with this reference source, there is record. Maybe one or multiple. Those only please try to send. I will take care. First, I will see. Later, I will take care. You send, I will see. If I accept, it will go and sit in the heaven. Okay. In the base tables. Otherwise, I'll kick it back. And it will be with you on. I don't allow. Okay. That is a communication takes place. Okay. So whenever the record is coming into GL, whenever the record is coming into GL, when by submitting journal import process, will submit. It is not coming from APR, our APR. Our APR, we don't need to run that program. Oracle automated. If something is coming into GL interface, that is safe record, trusted record. How it is, again, we'll discuss on that also. So the import program, when you run, it will try to pull the record. When it's trying to pull the record, what it will do is, whatever the record data need to be matched as per our GL records, GL data, it will validate. See that point. First, it allowed 20 fields record as it is, since it is matching the data type. Now, we have a code combination also. We have a 5 segments account code combination. So there is a company, or else a balance and segment value, cost center, natural account, intercompany, future. Within the code combination, from where this code combination is coming? from X application. Now everything is fine except natural account. Everything is fine except natural account. When you try to import that record into base tables through journal import, our GL application, what it will do, it will smell. This account is not with me already. Okay. As per my record, this account is not with me. I don't allow. It will reject entire record. Okay. Because whatever the code combination is coming from other applications, first of all, that should be there in the GL. Otherwise, who will invite? One account is coming, say 1111. That account should be there in our GL. Otherwise, how this record can be stored without maintaining that account in your chart of account value sets? It will reject. When it will reject, where it will go? No. Try to understand. Yes, already it is there in the interface table. Already is there. From interface, next step, we are trying to pull into base tables. It is failing to come into our base tables because the validation is failed. That is not created in our GL application. Or else entire record is fine. But whatever the source, okay, is coming from that application, that source is not created in our application. Then in fact, you cannot submit the journal import also. When you go and try to submit the XYZ application source, it won't display. Then you have to create the source in the GL. Then you submit the record. If everything is fine, it will come. Okay, you created source and everything is fine. Now you are submitting import program, journal import program, but there will be validations. One level is all the mandatory fields data is available or not, right? Within that, again, data type validations. The field is allowed only date or number, character. Everything is fulfilled. The next point is the supporting setups are available or not in the GL application. The validation takes place. Okay, the validation takes place. If the supporting data is available, then only the record will be imported into base tables. Otherwise, it will be lying within the interface tables. Then you can take a call. How to go about it? You may remove the record and you may go back to the third-party applications. You do the required necessary changes. Or else, when you can do the account is wrong account you given. Or else what you can do is the account which is coming from third-party applications is a very nice account. Very nice. Our GL team forgot to maintain that account in the GL application. The 1111 is a nice account, right? Right? So very nice. It's there. There is a meaning why they have to use that account in that application. But the same account you have to maintain within the GL in the account value set. The business forgot to create that account in the GL. Now they realize, hey, this account is valid account. Seems to we didn't enter that account in the our GL application. Then somebody will go and create that account. Now they say, please come now. It come or again it will go back. It will come. You run import program. Now when it is coming, all the validations are passed. All the validations are passed and it will come inside. Okay. So this is a story. This is story you have to understand what is the interface. Okay. So for every application, Oracle is providing inbuilt interface. So inbuilt interface Oracle is providing. Within the interface, we have interface tables. The interface table purpose is to store the data, temporary purpose. What is the ultimate target? Bringing the data into base tables to store the data permanently. Okay, to store the data permanently. Mostly we use the interface tables for the purpose of transactions only, not for the setups. Okay, we use interface concept to bring the transactions data. To bring the transactions data, mostly we don't have any interfaces to bring the setup data. Only transactions. So you take daily rates, it's kind of, it is treated as a setups, but it's a regular activity, right? Regular business activity where they need the rates to perform the transaction, journals, budgets. These are not configuration related. Okay, transaction related data. Now, so another point. Now we are bringing the data into GL, right? We are bringing the data into GL. So the interface what we are using to bring the data, that interface we call as inbound interface. Inbound interface. You are already expert with this. We discussed inbound and outbound in the last session itself. Where? Intercompany. That's it. Okay. Inbound interface. Inbound interface always allows the data into application. Inbound interface. Inbound interface. So we are calling as inbound interface. What is the purpose of inbound interface? With the help of inbound interface, we can receive the data into application. Now, take the requirement. There is one application called as Y. There is an application called as Y. The Y application purpose is it's a powerful reporting tool. The Y application is very powerful reporting tool. Okay, you forget about our FRS, etc., etc. Okay, take Y application is very powerful reporting tool. Now, where you have complete data within the GL, right? All the journals information, maybe from third party, from our Oracle application, everything is coming into GL interface. Now, your requirement is you want to prepare the reports by using this Y application, which is very, very powerful tool. Now, you have to send the entire data from GL application to Y application. Are you going to send or are you going to receive? You are standing GL side. You are standing GL side. Are you going to send or receive? Send. When you are sending, okay, when you are sending, there should be interface for Y also, right? To invite. There should be door from Y. And from GL side, we are going to send the data. What data you are going to send? Journals data. Okay, journals data. So now what we will do by using this GL interface through this only channel. Through this channel, you will send. Okay, this door you can use to come in and to go out, right? This is for human beings. Human being can come in, can go. For the same human being, you don't need one more door to go out. There are few jokes with the two doors, right? Right, and few guys like they made two doors. Why these two doors next to next means one door to come in, another door to go out, right? That is really not required, right? Here also same story. Here one door to come in and to go out person. Here also, if data is journals data, it can come inside and it can go out. From where it can come in? From subledger applications or third party application, it can come in. And if you want to send this data to out to any third party application by using the same interface, okay, by using the same interface, you can send the data. In that context, you call it as outbound interface. You call it as outbound interface. We are going to send the data from GL to Mr. X application or Y application. Here we are taking Y. We are sending the application to Y. For GL point of view, which interface is this? Outbound. Now think and tell me, Y point of view, okay, Y point of view, that interface is which interface? Inbound. Okay. So like provider receiver, we discussed intercompany, right? Same story. When GL is sending the data, it is outbound kind of provider, right? When Y application is receiving the data from GL application, Y is receiver, means inbound, receiving, in. So that's how we can name interfaces as a inbound or outbound. Okay. inbound or outbound. In few interfaces, Oracle did good job. That is, along with the journal related tables, they created error tables also. When data will come, what's wrong with the record, that error also will get stored in the separate tables in few interfaces only. If you look at all our financials interfaces, we'll discuss all the interfaces. Okay. So if you look at all our finance related interfaces, which you have in the payables, receivables, right? And within the cash management and fixed assets, GL applications, in the few of interfaces, they are providing error interface tables also. Within the interface, you will have one or multiple interface tables. Okay, one or multiple depending on the records. One or multiple interface tables and error tables also they are provided. If anything goes wrong, that records will be stored separately within that. In few interface tables, what they are doing is within that record itself, they are giving few columns saying that error is so and so. They are giving. If they want to provide the detailed information of the error, they are using separate table called as error tables. The data which is coming into interface tables when you are trying to import. Okay, if something wrong, it won't get into the interface also, right? Interface table also it won't get. It will come into interface, but it cannot sit in the interface table because interface table won't allow if minimal data is not available in the record and the data type is completely not matching, it won't allow. But the data which is allowed by interface table, when we are trying to push the data into targeted application, here targeted application is GL. When you're trying to push into targeted application, if some validation fails between the interface table record and our application data, again it will stop. For our information purpose, for stat, it is going to get stored in the interface table saying this is the reason why this record failed, you please take action. That is for us. So that's how they designed this interface tables. Along with that, some within the interface tables only some error tables also. Those also we call as interface tables. What kind of table? Error table. Okay, so that's how we have. Now Y application point, if you are sending the data from GL application to Y, that we call as no, 1 second. If you are sending, we are talking, if you are sending from GL to Y, we are calling as sending, that we call as outbound. Okay, if you are receiving into Y, that is inbound. It's very simple. You are standing which side? Okay, what role you are playing accordingly you can say, which is inbound and outbound interface. Okay, yeah, please, what is your question? No, nothing, only I am asking. Which nothing you tell me, I'll say nothing. Even I will say nothing. Tell me, no problem.
For GL it will be outbound, for Y it will be inbound.
Correct. Yes. The same. Yeah, fine. No, discuss with me. Yeah, otherwise you will be disturbing others. You are stopping them not to understand. If anybody is talking with others, if you talk to me, I will stop and I'll talk to you so that no data will miss, so that nothing will fail in your interface. Yeah. Otherwise, even it won't go up to interface tables also. Getting into base tables, secondary thing. Now let's relate this to our learning. Many people are taking the data into interface tables only. They are not storing in the base tables. Set a target to store in the base tables. Few people are storing, it is going up to interface tables, and they are not spending time. They are not giving presentations. They are not reading. They are not sitting and discussing. How long your data will be in your interface tables? Right? How much is validated data? You please run import program. When you are running the import program, you will have parameters. Import program says, hey, what is the source? You want to import into which ledger, which period. These parameters are nothing but whatever I am telling. Please read multiple times. Please give daily presentation. Please sit and discuss. Okay, don't waste your time by sitting on the system 24/7, whatever you are doing. These parameters only, those parameters as per application. You tell me, is it fair if you are keeping the data in the interface tables? Is that purpose why these applications are designed? Do you think our application is interface program? Our program is not interface program, right? Interface tables program. Our program is base tables program. If you want to store the data in your base tables permanently, you have to exercise all those. You are bringing the data up to interface tables and some people are deleting, right? Deleting, I'm not getting this, leave it, I'll go to something else. Few people are trying to import, but proper parameters are not implemented. Where it should go, where it should sit permanently, because when you're not giving presentations, when you are not sitting, when you are not spending good amount of time, those parameters will allow you to move the data from your interface tables to base tables. This is what we have to understand by relating to our program. Yeah. Please don't leave your powerful data in the interface table. There is another story. Few people are not bringing into interface tables also. Hope such kind of people are not in this meeting, fortunately today. Okay. So that is a different story. We no need to talk about them. Okay. We are talking who are bringing at least into interface. There are few people, I don't know, always their interface tables are very clean. Means they're imported. Right? Every time they're importing, they're cleaning. Tomorrow when you are working on the support project, always you have to make sure interface tables are cleaned up. Something will come, you just remove or allow, bring. Right? So make sure your interface tables are empty and same time make sure you are using them. Very, very important. If you are not using, those are empty only. No use. Use and keep empty. Means you are importing into base tables. Okay. So that's what we have to learn from the interface tables for our program. Fine. Very, very important. Good lesson. Interface concept is teaching us how to do the program. Yes. Yeah. No. Really, if you understand, everything is connected to real world. If you can understand. If you can't relate, even everything is in front of you also, you cannot realize. You cannot understand. Yeah. Very, very important point which we have to understand. So Oracle designed this interface concept for our program purpose only. Okay, our job guarantee program purpose only, they designed these interfaces, base tables, right? Right? Very, very important. They designed for us. Yeah, that's it. So that is a story of interface, tables, and base tables. There are many other stories around it. We will keep discussing. When we are just get into the system, I'll talk about base tables, what are the varieties of base tables we have. But one point you can take to store the data, base tables permanently. The base tables purpose is to store the data permanently. Doesn't matter it is coming from which source application. We call as source application. Your source application could be Oracle related application. Your source application could be third party application. Now, so if you are traveling from Hyderabad to Bangalore, how do you travel? You may travel by bus or car, right? By bus or car. Do you think it takes some time? Or else you are going by bus? I'll take only bus example. So say it has only one stop between Hyderabad and Bangalore. That is nothing but interface table. Your source is Hyderabad, your destination is Bangalore. In between, so one stop is there. At the stop, few people may get down, few people may get in. The same can happen within the interface, That is possible. When data is coming from one application to our GL application, I'm talking third party. I'm not talking about our Oracle application. Okay. When data is coming from third party applications to Oracle application when data is available that can be manipulated. In EBS, Oracle allowed that part also for our financials application. If any data is coming from AP to GL, they allowed some sort of manipulation. In Fusion, they closed the door. No, doesn't make sense. If it is coming from some other applications, okay, you just look into that. I don't know about your third party application. I know my payables application. My payables application is very sweet. Okay. My subledger application, subledger accounting is sitting next to payables application to take care of many things related to accounting. Nothing will go wrong with my payables application accounting until unless my subledger accounting is sitting next to that. Okay. Subledger accounting will take care of complete accounting for my payables application. Nothing will go wrong. We'll trust our subledger accounting. Same time, we trust our payables also. Data is safe and secured. There will be 100% data integrity. There won't be any disconnectivity between the data. It is very much streamlined process. We trust, and you no need to worry about before coming. You have to change the colors of the data. What are the colors of data you have in AP? You bring it. Okay, you will be receiving what you have as per payables. But if you say I'm using X application, I don't worry about X application. You just take care how you want to handle it. But if you talk about my application, Oracle application, we are nurturing very well that application. We are growing that application very well. We are taking care. You no need to worry about it. So that's how it is. Okay. Now, so anyway, so there may not be mid-stop. No, this is a non-stop bus. Okay, non-stop bus. Even non-stop bus, it should go on the road only, right? Not in the air, right? One-stop bus or non-stop bus on the road only. The stop will come, but it won't get stopped. It will, through that, it will enter and it will go. Right? No stop. But through that stop only, it will pass. The same happens. If data is coming from our Oracle subledger applications, non-stop, it will come. If it is coming from third-party application, they can automate it, or else they can make a stop and they can just look into that. That's how it is. Few people got requirement of not traveling in the buses. They want to, please, they want to fly. Right? They want to fly. They don't need road. They don't need road. Such kind of requirement could be there, right? For that also, Oracle got a solution. Okay. For that also, Oracle got a solution. But I mean to say, person is coming, door is required. The person should walk on the floor, right? Now one fly wants to enter into our room. One fly wants to enter into a room. Do you think a floor is required?
No.
It can fly. Enter into our room. In the same way, you have GL application or you take payables application, take payable application, just for example. You want to get some invoices data from third-party applications to payables, like getting journal information from third-party application to GL. You want to get the data from third-party application to accounts payables. Which data you want to get? Journals data. Journals data. Sorry. You have to correct it, right? Payables data only. How can you allow me to say journals? Yeah. So fine. Oracle is not changing the purpose of application, right? So invoices information. In payables also we have interface. Like in GL we have interface for journals. In AP we have interface for invoices. We have invoices interface. Through that interface you can get the data into tables from any third-party application, or it could be any other connect. Any other. Already we cover third party. What is left? Any other Oracle application? You have to connect. You have to fill the gaps. 2 points only we are talking. One is third party. Other one is our party. Our party is Oracle. Right? Right? 2 parties only. third and our. First is we, first party. Oracle is second party, our party. Third party is third party only. Yeah, that's it. This is what we are talking. We are not talking about us. Leave about one party. Talk about two parties. When you are there, then only you can see those two parties. Right? That's it. We don't need to talk about ourselves. Yep. So when you're trying to get the data into AP in the form of invoices, we have interface called as invoice interface. Through that invoice interface, you can bring into that, bring the data into AP application. It can be from third party application or it could be Oracle applications, any Oracle application. Same is applicable for GL or take any other application. The same concept is applicable. Into any application, you can bring the data. Okay, into any application, you can bring the data from any application to any targeted application. It could be other Oracle application data or third party related data. Any data you can bring in. Now, it may be GL or it may be AP. Your requirement is you don't want to travel the data through this interface, etc., etc. Okay, so for a few VIPs, there is no check. There is no check. If somebody will check, you know what they are doing these days, right? For VIPs, no check. They have like, I don't know what we call that pass. Yeah, okay. You call us VIP pass, but it's a different pass. Yeah. Okay. So for those people, there is no validation. Okay. Anytime they can come, right? Anytime entry. Okay. Direct entry or different entries. In the same way, the same is expected in our Oracle applications also. Certain data, what it says is, I don't want to travel all through these gates. I don't like the gates and route. I want to fly. How to fly? The data asked Oracle. What Oracle said is, don't worry, I will arrange one flight. The flight name is API. This is the flight name. Okay. This is the flight name. So what this APIs can do is, it will pick and it will throw the data into target application. There is no route. There is no interface. It doesn't follow any interface. Okay. Within that API, API stands for Application Programming Interface. API, Application Programming Interface. So Oracle designed APIs for specific application. You take example of accounts payable. In accounts payables, how we create invoices? By entering through manual process, or else it could be spreadsheet, or it may be importing into AP, importing into AP through interface. Now your requirement is, you have data somewhere, directly want to move the data into AP application, but you don't want to move the data through interface. You don't want to move the data into interface. So in that case, you can use the API. By using API, you can create the transactions within the targeted application. Means through interface, what we are doing, we are creating the transactions in the targeted application, but data is traveling through interface. Within the interface, tables are there. When it enters into interface, there is a check called as interface tables. Tables will validate the data. It allows to go or it may stop, right? So through interface, data will travel with the interface tables validation, right? Now, So this data is not interested to travel through interface. So yes, Oracle is allowing data can fly. Data can fly. We'll give the flight called as API, application programming interface. Application programming interface. So these are APIs Oracle is providing. For example, you want to create invoices within the payables. You want to create invoices within the payables. Oracle is providing the API. And you want to cancel all the invoices. 100 invoices you loaded, but everything went wrong. Okay, or else 1,000 invoices you loaded, everything went wrong, but canceling one by one, it may take 2 days time for you through manual process. Use API. It can perform that action also. It can bring the record and it can take some action. Actions, let it be. We'll see later. We talk very relevantly. With API, you can create the invoice in the payables. Okay, you can create the records. So that means it's a flight. What is the difference between interface and API? The interface, you'll have a tables. The API, no tables. No tables. No tables. Okay. So that is a concept you have to understand.
But where data can store, sir? Through interface, it
Ah.
will store into the where?
Yes, I'll tell you. The APIs, they write the programming. The programming itself can hold the data. The programming itself, they hold the data. It will hold and it will drop the data in the destination. That's it. The API itself, it will take the data into that API package. Yes, yeah, with validations, everything. Within the API, they'll write the validations only. Simple point. Where we are writing the validations in the interface level, right? Instead of writing somewhere from data will come from the some source application to our interface. When it will try to sit in the interface tables, our validations are triggering, right? And it is rejecting sometimes. Sometimes it is accepting. These validations, they will write in the source itself, in the API. By using API, there itself, they will write the validations. If it is passed, that only directly they'll throw into targeted. Right? When you are getting into flight, okay, the check will takes place, right? Once you get into your, you definitely will be landing in the destination, sometimes different place, right? Mostly in the destination, the same point. Okay, so sometimes what happens, you will get into the bus, non-stop only, but that inspector will come and stop, non-stop only. Checking team will come and stop the bus and they'll be validating, you have ticket, right? So such kind of things there, it's not happening as on today, right? In future, and there's something may happen, we don't know. Okay. So as of now, nothing, no checking in while flying, right? So that's how it is. So through APIs, what they are doing? They're transferring the data. Targeted application. Yeah, it may be application, it may be some data, maybe in the pot, right? Data can be anywhere. Forget about it. Where you have data, you may have data in the spreadsheet. You may have a data in your pocket. Doesn't matter. We're not talking about it. Somewhere data will be lying. These APIs will take the data and it will push. It will throw. It will throw directly to destination application. That's how it is. Now we are talking about flight, right? Data flight. Okay. Don't use the same terminology when you speak somewhere. We have data flight, etc. Right? So what is the purpose? Without any interface concept, to move the data from one source to destination. So what is the difference between the interface tables and the APIs? There we'll have a tables. Here no tables. No tables. Fine. Now, when we talk about flight, there are different flight operators, right? Flight services. What are the services? Kingfisher gone, right? Yes, we have different flights. Do you choose the flight based on the comfort and the price? Yes, we choose. Here also we have different flights. You can choose. Okay, the flight names are REST API. You can take more REST, and you can use more SOAP. Okay, like different flights, we have different APIs. Few flights are costly, right? You may not choose, but if you are looking for luxury and safety, you may choose that only, right? Your destination is something. If you go, you go. If you don't go, you don't go. If you are like such kind of person, you will choose any flight. So in the same way, within our Oracle environment, we have REST API and SOAP APIs. Okay. So based on what sort of data you want to send, what is the volume of the data, what is the frequency of the data, what kind of data formats you have, by looking into various parameters. It's not like straightforward. Okay. By looking into these parameters, this can be chosen. Okay. APIs we don't deal, technical people will deal. Say for example, you want to just dump some good amount of data into AP. They'll use the API. They will use, it may be REST API, it can be SOAP API. Okay. So that's how they'll use the API. By using the API, they can move the data from one source to destination application. Okay. And these APIs are more powerful. Our interface cannot help us if you want to cancel the invoice or you want to apply the prepayment on the open invoices automatically. You want to do some manually what we do, we want to automate those. Our interface doesn't do. It will do only one thing. I'm lazy. I will do only one task for you. If you want me to receive, I will receive for you. If you want to send for me, for you, not for me. If you want to send for you, I will send it. I can act as a inbound or outbound for you. That is only one I know. Rest I don't know. Okay, that is the attitude of interface. But REST API's attitude is very positive attitude. It will do many things for you. It's very flexible. You ask it, bring the data, it will bring it. You say, whatever you brought, please cancel it. It will cancel the records. Okay, certain data it will remove also. Wherever Oracle is providing the provisioning of doing, they do it. Why they given these flights? Why flights are available? Speed up. More productivity, you say. To bring more productivity. Otherwise, you will start now. When you will end if you want to travel to other countries through bus or some other channels. It will bring more productivity. Why Oracle released this? If these REST APIs are not there, every client is going and hitting Oracle door. Hey, I have 1,000 invoices. I want to cancel. Please tell to your team to cancel it. By mistake, I loaded few invoices. Hey, please come and delete it. Oracle felt, what these guys are coming to us. They are asking to do labor job. We have to be smart enough what to do. Let's release APIs. Now they are giving task to us. Now we will give task to them. I will create nice API package. I'll publish in my website. It's available in the Oracle website also. I'll publish. What you want to do? You want to cancel 1,000 invoices, right? You ask your technical consultant to copy my API to run the process. It will cancel. It will cancel. That's how their task they assign to us for their productivity and our productivity also. Our productivity how? If you are depending on Oracle all the time, it may take time. Within your team, you have a capable technical resource. Your technical resource can be handy for you. The moment you ask something, immediately they can do it for you, right? If you are depending on Oracle, you have to raise SR, some support engineer will close their eyes and they'll send a message, I'm working on it. Few support engineers, any SR will come, immediately they'll close eyes. They'll send message, yeah, we are working on it. Seriously, we are working. They'll reply. We will stop praying the God and we will look at that. But, nothing will happen. Again, we have to say any update. Yeah, we are working seriously. Now team size increased. We are working, they will say. But you cannot get the reply as you expect. I am not saying you don't get a response. You will get, but once your issue is resolved, you may get it. So several reasons, leave it. Okay. So we got our own flights. Choose rest or choose soap. Already we both we are using in our life, right? Soap we are using, rest also we are taking, right? The same we are using in application again. In this application we are using, right? Ours is application only, right? For this application we are using, for that application technical people are using. That's it. Yeah. So this is a story just in nutshell to understand what is interface, what is API. Clear, right? Yes, great. So tomorrow we'll continue. Okay, we'll continue. We'll see what are the different interfaces we have. Okay, in each interface, what are the tables? We'll have a limited tables only. We no need to carry many tables. Okay, we no need to carry. Interface can carry, but we no need to carry means we no need to learn. Very limited interface tables only we have in each and every interface. Okay, we'll understand. After that, we'll get into base tables. Each and every application, we have good amount of base tables, but you don't need to work on all all base tables. So there are a few key tables. If you take example of tables, you know what key, right? Where invoice information is stored, it's very important for us. Where payment information will get stored, that's very, very important. Apart from that, a few other miscellaneous, key miscellaneous. If you talk under supplier, say supplier table, or you can consider bank also, right? So for key entities within the payables which you have to consider. One is invoice. When you talk about invoice, immediately you should remember supplier. And payment. When you talk about payment, immediately have to map to your bank account. These are the four primary entities of data which you maintain the payables application. We'll go through those tables and few other relevant tables. Few only. As we love, as we like, we will choose it. No problem. That works for us. Same way across all our financials applications. What are the interfaces we have? What are the tables we have in those interfaces? And what are the different base tables, key base tables we have? And again, in the base tables, they are making some additional flavor. What is that flavor? Whether it is vanilla or butterscotch, strawberry, we'll try to understand what purpose they are building that flavor. So that's how we can go through. And once we're done with that, I'll take you through how to write SQL queries. I'll take on session how to write the SQL queries, basic SQL queries we will discuss. So once we're done with that, we will use our SQL expertise and we'll write the queries. We'll open the interface tables, base tables, and we'll smell it and we'll close and we'll keep going with the other items. Right? Clear, right? So tomorrow we'll continue with the interfaces, base tables, and tomorrow itself we'll go through SQL. And tomorrow itself we'll query the tables, and again we will go through APIs. APIs we no need to do anything, technical people's responsibility, but we'll just go and have a look. Okay, to take energy, to take energy, because when you see, I know this guy, you say, right? If you know somebody, that guy I know. If you don't know, I don't know that person. It's a different experience. In the same way, tomorrow when somebody is speaking API, soap, right? Brush, rest. What is soap? Which soap it is? Right? Which rest is this? Which brush is this? We'll think. That means you feel there is some vacuum. Right? If you see, oh, is it? I know soap, I know. Rest, I know. Brush, I know. You will take light. True, you have to take light on. You should not take heavy. That is not our task. But when you attend in the meetings and all, people will keep talking about, hey, just we are planning to use rest. Another guy says, technical guy, hey, why can't we use rest here? You don't understand that language of it. We'll just understand what level of knowledge we required, functional point of view. Okay. We'll try to cover all these. Along with that, I'll try to cover technical basic understanding. Okay, I'll talk about what is OIC, how that interfaces can be built through OIC, right? How we can build the interfaces, what components we have in the OIC, like integrations, VBCS, PCS, okay, the autonomous database, Apex, the flavors, okay, flavors, what we have to understand. I'll go through all those points, and I will just demonstrate how the technical people login would be for, or work area would be for OIC. Okay, generally when you are working, you don't see that. They don't show you. But here I'll take you through. This is a OIC environment. We are logging to our Oracle Fusion application. In the same way, they will have a separate instance. They don't use our instance. That instance is mapped to our instance. So that is separate environment. We will log into that and we'll play for some time in that ground. That is not our ground. Sometimes we'll go to others' ground and we'll play randomly and come out, right? So that kind of experience. Here we'll play for some time in the ground and we'll come out and we'll stay in our ground only. Yeah. So we'll do this tomorrow. Okay. From tomorrow, we'll be just running all back to back. Yeah? We'll run everything back to back. You also please set your expectations. Hope you are ready to sit up to 8, 9 also. Right? Yeah, we all are ready. That is the reason we are here. Yes. Fine. So, but anyway, we are not going to run like that. We have some time boundaries. Will follow the same if required. We all are ready. If time will invite us to run, we will run it. Yeah, we'll do that. Yeah, and you follow the office timings. That's it. That is the reason I am not disturbing by saying many times today this, tomorrow that, today yes, tomorrow no. No, nothing. You know, you are on the floor. You are not. Hope you are not sitting idle. Right? You got many responsibilities. Project responsibilities are different. Here, learning responsibilities are very, very important. Okay, take responsibility as we are discussing. Follow all the each and every point, whatever I'm requesting you, not asking, requesting. I'm requesting everybody, please follow. Otherwise, you cannot bring productivity from this program after investing your time only, not money. Okay, after investing this much time from your life. Okay, 6 months, right? 6 months full time means you have to bring a lot of productivity. Yeah. So spend more time. If you are coming by 10 o'clock, try to come by 8 o'clock. If you are coming by 9 o'clock, you come by 8 o'clock, or else some other timings, try to come early, try to leave late. Yeah. Try to leave late and just get all those ingredients. When you are making the recipe, ingredients are important, right? Our recipe is job guarantee program. Don't miss ingredients. Salt is enough. Salt is enough. Everything will be changed, right? If you don't add the salt, what will happen? Nobody will like to taste it. If you are missing the presentation, salt will be missing. Your content, nobody will taste tomorrow. Your content, nobody will taste. Nobody is not tasting, you will be just dummy consultant. Yeah. So don't miss salt. Don't miss some pepper. Don't miss. Many things are there. You guys knows very well. Chili powder. Right? What is chili powder in our program? Okay, very nice. That we call as spicy. Spicy we call as rapid round. Okay. Okay, let's align this later. Okay. Please, you try to align, just very, very important. Make sure you are running everything. Okay. So hope you are going to synchronize all these. We are running LDAP program for synchronization. Otherwise, after all, our application also doesn't function properly. How you can function properly as a consultant? Right? You synchronize all these. synchronize all these, run your application effectively. Yeah, learning application. I'm not talking overall application. Running application, run. I mean your learning application, run effectively, please. Yeah, fine. We'll connect tomorrow at any time. I'm not saying at what time. We'll connect any time. So we have some time bracket. Please be available. If you are very serious, even if you are not serious, come early, leave late. Yeah, please. Yeah, let's try to realize from today, if not yet. Not yet, let's try to realize from today. So what is your commitment from today? How many hours we are going to spend? I'll take attendance from today. Tomorrow. We brought register also. I'll be taking.
Till 9 o'clock.
If somebody need award for their winning hours, means the highest hours, we are ready to give. Yeah, how many hours? From tomorrow, forget about past historical data. I'm not worrying about, because historical data we don't load in Oracle Fusion also. Only open transactions, which is open for us tomorrow only, right? I'm talking about open transactions.
9 to 9.
9 to 9. Super. You?
9 to 10.
Yeah, okay, but please be available every day.
Yes.
That is a request. So you? 10 to 10. Great. You? 10 to 9. Okay.
10 to 8, sir.
These are for you only, right? Not for me or for others. Okay, you? 9 to 7:30. Wonderful.
10 to 9.
10 to 9. Great.
11 to 11.
11 to 11. Super.
9 to 10.
9 to 10. Awesome.
8 to 9.
Perfect. 10 to 10. Very good. Yeah. Very good. Very good. Okay. Let's implement it. It's not like talking. Just we are learning, but if we take action only, there will be use. Now just the timings what we given. Okay. Let's respect. Let's respect what we are planning. Yeah. Don't violate those. Yeah. Please. Okay. We'll keep in touch every day, right? We can see our faces and we can look at the timings, how much we are spending and all. Yeah. So we'll connect tomorrow then. Yeah. Done. Thank you. Yeah, thanks.